Hey guys, what's up? It's David here from the Lego Guys, coming at you with another custom Lego vehicle review. So this time we have a older project that's had a major revamp and a brand new project that you guys have never seen in this form. So let's start out with the older one. Alright, so this, as you can tell, is the 1950s Jeep FC-150 body with a track system, roof rack, and a tonneau cover, if you want to call that. Don't believe it had that in the last video. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Just a soft top in the back there, and then whole bunch of other accessories to go along with it. So what gave me this idea is I recently just got that Arctic set that had the supply plane and then that weird track thing with the saw blade on it. I saw that and immediately was like, well, I need to put a cool body on there. I was thinking of either maybe like the green Mustang or the family wagon, the Mercedes wagon, maybe the truck, the big red truck. And then I saw this next to them all and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's got to be the Jeep. So the wheelbase, as you can see, is pretty close. It's off, I think, just by one stud, maybe two, but that doesn't bug me very much because the forward control sticks out so much over the front wheels that track being a little bit more forward gives it a better balance. And then I actually shortened it up by two studs on either side. It had these big dark blue, I believe they were, Technic pieces that were the L bracket like that, and it was too bulky under there, and I didn't like that blue being there because it didn't really match with the color scheme of this truck. So I took those out, shortened it up. This thing is still really wide, but I love the proportions of it. It's just such a radical truck, and the Lego set, they knocked it out of the park because they have the rotating track assemblies. And I think that is just a super cool look on this rig, and it's so much fun. You could take it anywhere and just roll over everything, and it's just a blast. So let's see what I did here. So the tracks and the frame is all new, and then I also put this big old bull bar brush guard on the front here. It's the existing piece that's meant for 4-stud cars, and then I added those two brackets, whatever you call those, the droid arms, I believe. Just extend that up a little bit more, and I think it looks pretty cool. I experimented around with putting some lights on there. I didn't like it very much. It's already got the lights on the roof rack, and it's got the headlights. I think that that's enough for this rig. Got some steps, if you want to call it, just to add some detail underneath there. In the back, one of the major changes is this ladder here. So this ladder, you can fold that down, and then when you fold the tailgate down, you can bring this ladder up, and so it's like a perfect little ramp, or ladder of course, to get up into that tailgate. Now what's kind of cool is you can take the little snowmobile, if you really wanted to, and just drive it right up into the bed of the truck there. This is from the Lego set, I did not make this. But it's a perfect size. It's 4 studs wide, so it fits in the bed of this truck. Right now I just got some tools in there. Chainsaw, it's always good to have on a Arctic exploration. And then this box of tools, crowbar, you have a metal detector, jackhammer, ice pick, and then there's a chain in there with a grappling hook on it. And so that's nice to have when you're out in the Arctic, and you gotta tow somebody out or try to pull something, big old ice chunk out of the way or whatever you need to do. It's just good to have that. The bed of this truck, it's got good space, and then that cover on top gives it a lot of good height too. So you can put the whole snowmobile back there. It sticks out just a little bit, as you can see there, but when you fold up the tailgate, it just kind of lifts up the front of that thing just a little bit, depending on how far you put it up. I think that's normally where I put it. and then the ladder you just kind of have it extended out like that. So that's what it looks like when it's got the snowmobile in the back. But if you don't like that look, that's fine. Just take the snowmobile out, fold up the tailgate, and then put your ladder where it needs to be. I think it just looks really cool. It tucks up tight, pretty tight to the body of that thing, and I like that a lot. I added some taillights to it. It didn't have taillights before, just because I didn't want to make it too loud and too much stuff going on, but it's a crazy off-road rig now, so you gotta have some taillights. Added a trailer hitch down here because I want to tow some stuff around with this. So stock back in the 50s, they put, I think it was like a 4-cylinder, maybe a straight 6 in these. You know, it might even been the V6 that they had. But now I imagine this thing having a big old Cummins diesel or something, some just powerhouse of a diesel. And so it can just motor on through whatever it needs to be. It can run in cold temperatures and still be efficient. And I love this truck. It turned out really, really cool. And so it's a lot of fun. Wanted to show that to you guys. So let's pack it back up, go on a Arctic exploration with this bad boy. And when it's away, we will check out the other one. Now, the other vehicle here is a 1950s Cadillac Gasser wagon, of course. Now, the front end you might recognize the pink and then the kind of the top of the fender there as the Cadillac that was in the downtown diner. And I got that set because I really like pink, and I think that building pink Lego cars is cool. And so I got that set, got all the great pieces with it, got that car, and then when I built it, it was like, oh, it's lacking. It could be so much better. The windshield was tiny, and it could fit 3 people, which was cool, but it was missing something. And of course, the Fonz didn't like it when I took his car apart, but you know, he'll get over it. So took it apart, rebuilt it with some of the pink that I have, put the Speed Champions wheels on the back with that hubcap kind of thing that makes it look like it's got them big old fat racing slicks on the back. I wanted to put some skinny tires up front, some pizza cutters, but it didn't look right, so I settled on these ones. It's got the ray gun blasters molded in silver there for the straight pipe exhaust headers coming right out of the fender there. It's got that rake to it, that forward rake that every gasser needs to have. It's got that thin front axle that sticks down there a little bit. It's got some Caltrac bars in the back there for traction. And then big old blower out the hood. Well, just blower attached to the hood. I wanted to put the blower that was on the let me just grab it. I wanted to put that blower on it, but it didn't turn out right. It just looked goofy. So I settled for the classic Lego blower, and I think, you know what, that looks fine. It's an absurd car. It can have an absurd blower on it. So it does have the light gray stripe going down there, the chrome stripe. It's got white trim and then a white roof. And then when you take off the roof, it comes off as one big assembly. You can see it only holds one person, of course. It does have a roll cage, which is a simple construction, but it looks really cool. Got your bottle of NOS in the back there, because, you know, gotta have that NOS. The front tire there, you can see it's not lined up with the wheel well. That was on purpose. I did not want it to be lined up with the wheel well. It looked way off. It looked goofy when it was lined up with the wheel well. You gotta push that front axle forward a little bit, just to get the look of the Gasser. I mean, these things have a super specific look to them, so I had to capture that. It's got the taillights in the back. Got the kind of molded up rear bumper. The back of this actually reminds me a lot of a Nomad, just because of that round trunk. And yeah, that's fine, because Nomad was from the 50s. I'm sure Cadillac made something like this. I'm not really sure, but it's cool. It's not molded up any on the doors, because I didn't have any pink parts that were rounded, so it's just square. but the overall look of this thing, I like a ton. This is just one of the coolest cars that I've built, and I love having a gasser to roll around the layout. So that's it, that's going to be it for this video. Write in the comment section down below which one you like better. Are you the Arctic exploration kind of fella, or the 9-second quarter-mile gasser kind of fella? Put that in the comments down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.